Today we celebrate resurrection. Not one of us here has had an experience of resurrection. None of us has had an experience even of death. And I dare say that there are many among us who have never truly experienced life. Death and resurrection are beyond our own personal human experience up to this point in our life. Yet from time to time, an event will occur or a person come into our life to give us a tiny glimpse of what these deeper mysteries are all about. Once I was with some friends on a beautiful island in the Caribbean. They had decided it was time to learn how to scuba dive. Well, that's where I drew the line. I said, I will go swimming, I will go snorkeling, but I will not go scuba diving. I'm scared to death of that. But my friends all wanted to do it. They told me, maybe the scuba instructor can convince you. So they took me to him. He was a very charismatic, enthusiastic young man with a magnetic personality and the face of an angel. Much more than that, though. He had an incredible inner goodness and kindness and a wisdom far beyond his years. He said, "Father, you can do it." "No, I can't," I replied. "Yes, you can. Let's just go scuba diving right here in the pool. I will teach you how. You don't have to go into the ocean. We can do it right here." Well, that much I could do. And so I did, and I got to be pretty good at it in the swimming pool. Then the instructor smiled and said, "I think you are ready now to venture out into the ocean. Come down with me to the depths of the sea." "Oh, no," I said. "It's one thing to do it in the swimming pool, but the bottom of the ocean is an altogether different thing. I'm scared of not being able to breathe." He smiled wisely and told me something I will never forget. "If you keep your feet always on firm ground, you will miss 90% of the beauties of God's creation." What could I do after such words? I went down with him to the ocean, and just as I was about to dive in, I said, "I'm not going to do this. I'm scared." He looked at me with those kind angel eyes and said, "Don't be afraid. I will be there with you." "Oh, yes," I said. "You're going to be there with all of us down there." "No," he smiled. "I will be there just for you, your own guardian angel. And if you get into any trouble, I am there for you." I dived into the sea, and he dived down with me. This scuba angel was able to show me beautiful things I never dreamed existed. The gorgeous underwater plant life is something we have no idea of on land. The many-colored fish and the rock and sand formations all made it seem like a different universe. In those depths, I felt very close to heaven. He took me down even farther, and I experienced even more breathtaking beauty. It was a paradise. Then it happened. The very thing I had feared. I panicked and could not catch my breath. The more I panicked, the less I was able to breathe. This is a terrifying feeling. Frantically, I began to signal to my scuba angel that I was in trouble. He came to me immediately, put his arms around me, and raised me up to the heights. Together we shot up to the surface of the water, where I was able to catch my breath. In that moment, I realized what it was to rise. In that moment, I realized the meaning of the resurrection. I had been in fear, and on the verge of what I thought was death. I could have risen by my own power. He had taught me how. But in my fear and panic, I could not. Just as Peter, trying to walk on the water, began to sink as soon as he feared. But in the arms of this Scuba Angel, I was able to rise and to breathe in the breath of life. As soon as I took off my mask and was able to breathe again, the first thing I saw were the kind, understanding eyes of my Scuba Angel. We had come from the depths to the heights. We had arisen together. We have a God we can turn to in every fear, in every trouble. When we are afraid, we turn to the Christ inside us and say to him, I'm afraid of life. And the Christ looks at us with those same good, kind, loving eyes and says, fear not. I too have lived in the world you live in. I understand, and I will be there for you every step of the way. You are not just one of many. I will be there for you as though you were the only one there. And I will show you beauties in this universe that you never could have imagined. And at the point of our death, as we fear the unknown, that same Christ looks at us again with those same understanding eyes and says, fear not even to die. I too have known the tomb. I too have been in death, and I will be with you there too. But then I will wrap my arms around you and take you up to new heights you have never dreamed of. In our fear, let us turn to the Christ, our own gentle Scuba Angel, and listen to his words. Fear not life, for I too have lived. Fear not death, for I too have died. Wrap your arms around me as I lovingly wrap mine around you. And together we will rise to new life. And that, my friends, is Easter.